is what's going to come. And so they're saying it's everything that God said it was. It's a land that flows with milk and honey. This is the fruit of it. The fruit is amazing. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites. Every kind of eye you can think of here pretty well is standing in the way. Amen? The termites and all the other kinds of things that are trying to get in your way. Everybody has some ites that are turning into fights. The Amalekites dwell in the land, and the Hittites, and on and on. And in 30 it says, Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let's go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men went up with him. The men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against this people, for they are stronger than we. Now this is what I really want you to catch here. And they brought up an evil report. Caleb and Joshua had something different to say than the other 10. They all seen the same thing. The fruit and the giants. They seen the promises and they seen the problems. But Caleb and Joshua were the only ones that had a report of faith, while the other 10 brought up what the Bible called an evil report of the land. Now they are speaking down on what God has said is theirs, their inheritance, and their promised land. If you're not careful, you'll curse the greatest blessing in your life. But how many ever years ago you said, I do? And you thought the greatest blessing stood before you.
Preach it.
What I'm saying is, if you're not careful, you end up cursing your blessings just because some problems have come. Your church was the greatest church. Till pastor said something you didn't like. Till somebody looked at you funny. Till they changed the order of the service. Till they moved the chairs around. It was the greatest church until too many other people started coming. It was a great church, but now we got too much riffraff coming in. It was a great church, but now it's getting too multicultural. It was a great church, this and that, all the different problems that people could try and say but a lot of times what we call problems are promises and actually blessings. But it's getting distorted. The problem and the promise are not the same. The problem is just trying to cloud your vision of what God has promised that is right on the other side and what you are on the cusp of. And so at this time, Satan wants you to let go of faith. And so at this time, he wants you to stop praying. And so at this time, he wants you to stop praising the Lord. Right now, he wants you to stop worshiping. Right now, he wants you to stop singing. Because the problem is trying to blind your perception or your clarity of the promise. They brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eats up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sights as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. After this, they go and they go back to their tents, and they cry all night long. cry all night long. Let me tell you something. Sometimes it's good to cry, but sometimes we're crying when we should be laughing. Sometimes we're crying when we should be laughing. They should have went back to their tents with a smile on their face and anticipation. God is going to do something great. I don't know what he's going to do, but we know that he's brought us this far, baby, and we're going to get over this hurdle. We're going to watch some more giants fall.
Yeah. Amen.
Instead, they go back and they gripe and they complain and they spread it and they make it even bigger. And now people that never even seen the giants are wallowing in fear, and they're spreading it throughout their household, talking about the devastation, and we should have stayed back in Egypt, and they cried all night long. Seems the thought of God being bigger seems to be so far out of mind right now. And they bring up an evil report. And so now we got to take a look here in Isaiah 53.